What did you take from what you guys put on the field in the last 2 matches?
I think starting to be a little bit more kind of connected and coordinated and aggressive in our attacking kind of movements and rhythm and threatening, and obviously scored, a bunch of goals, created some chances, got some set piece situations, weren't real productive on those, but I think kind of returning to what has made us good in the past and being on the front foot in every way, but being, starting to develop some relationships on the field. So a lot of positive takeaways in that last weekend heading into ACC play.
Do you have to tell freshmen or newcomers to the ACC what the ACC is like, or is it kind of ingrained, especially with returning players?
Great question. I think it varies, year to year, sometimes player to player. We're actually meeting with our leadership group this afternoon to talk about that a little bit. I remember my first year or two here, Leilani used to, preach to the younger kids, basically like, hey, look, we're about to play the varsity, right? And the physicality and the desperation and everything that happens is different when you get to league play. And so I think, nonetheless, whether that's, Gilly and those kids having those conversations or us having the conversations, I think we've, ever since the Kansas game, everything that we've been doing has had a little bit of an increased desperation. So I think we've elevated at a good pace.
Somebody who is a newcomer but has experience in the ACC, Una, is she somebody you can maybe have them get a different perspective from, to be like, hey, when teams play us, they're gonna raise it up even more because they know who we are, the standard that we have? Is she someone you can kind of use as a different perspective in that group?
Yeah, I think she can add a different perspective because obviously we played them last year, and back in August or July when she moved in, she came with her mom, and I met her mom for the first time, and her mom was saying how nice it is to be on Florida State now and not have to play against Florida State, right? And she was talking about how athletic we are and how hard that is to play against, right, on both sides of the ball. And so Una has experienced what it's like to play Florida State when Florida State is at its best, right? And so certainly that needs to be shared with the players within our team. And then I think I had another thought on the Una piece. Escaping me now, but I know I'll remember it in a second.
3 matches in 6 days. What kind of challenges does that present, especially being on the road for 2 of them?
Yeah, big challenge. And coming off, 2 matches last weekend, long day of travel on Sunday night, some flight delays, stuff like that. So we've got to be very intentional about our bodies and our training, and we'll see how Thursday night goes in terms of minutes played and rotation. Sunday's game at FAU got called after 78 minutes. We had a lightning delay. Obviously, the score was 5-0, and both coaches agreed that's enough. Let's just get out of here. We're all healthy. We don't need an additional 12 more minutes of wear and tear on the body. Let's just get out of here. So we will be, and as I've said before, Johnny Fabrizi is our strength coach, and Laura Sullivan, our athletic trainer. Trust them with our lives, and so we'll be very intelligent about how we handle their bodies.
I know you talked about the formation change last week. Did you feel like it accomplished what you wanted? Obviously 12-0 over 2 games. Did you like what you saw out of that?
Yeah, I think it added naturally, just in the shape, one more player higher up the field. Puts 2 center forwards on the opposition center backs, right? It doesn't really change our center of midfield, right? We're still in a triangle with 1 low. I think we got a lot out of it. And I think some of the things we've done so far, tactically and movement-wise, are already ahead of where we were last year in terms of different ways of attacking teams. So I think we can continue to build off of that, knowing that at any point, if we want to, we can go back to the 4-3-3.
Anything about Louisville stand out?
Yeah, good team. I mean, they and I give Karen Ferguson so much credit. They had a couple down years a couple years ago, and last year some really good results and heartbreaking results. I think Stanford scored literally with 1 second left on the clock at Louisville last year to beat them. About half their roster or starting lineup is juniors and seniors. The other half freshmen and sophomores. They are athletic. They're the leading goal scoring team in the country. They've won 7 games. They're organized. I mean, her teams are always very organized and hard to score against. So they'll be that again, but they're more technical and more athletic than they've been in years past. And they're a good team. This will, in my 4 years here, this is, I think, our 3rd time playing them. This will unequivocally be the best Louisville team that we've played against.